How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the channel. We will be doing week 15 of my NFL power rankings, and we'll hop right into it. At number 10, we're welcoming back the Buffalo Bills. They had a good win against the Bengals last week, or a few days ago, and the week before that, they were able to really dominate the Steelers, so it's good that they're starting to win again because they were going on a bit of a slope there, and I thought that their playoff chances were actually going to be done after they lost that game to the Texans, but they're starting to creep their way back into this, and with enough luck, they might win the AFC East still. I don't think they're going to, but you never know, and they've had a couple of good victories to, kind of get back on track and, have it be the Bills that we're used to. So yeah, good for the Bills, and they're sitting at number 10. All right, and at number 9, they're taking a bit of a tumble. I got the Chicago Bears. I had them at 5 last week, and I know this is a bit harsh because honestly, they didn't play that bad. They had a chance to win that game against the Packers, and the fact that they even had it be close was probably good enough for Bears fans. Obviously you want to beat your rival, but at least they were competitive with a team that I personally think could honestly go to the Super Bowl in the Packers. So yeah, I think the Bears are going to be fine. I think this is definitely not ideal that you lost to your division rival, but I still think you're going to make the playoffs. I don't know if you're going to win the division, but you will at the very least make the playoffs, and that's really all Bears fans can ask for after what they've been through the last couple of years. So for now, they're sitting at number 9, and we'll see what happens. All right, and at number 8, they're going up a spot. We got the Houston Texans. I had them at 9 last week, and this week they had a big win. Granted, the Chiefs are not as good as they used to be or as they currently are because they're kind of taking a tumble this year, but it's still good to beat the Chiefs. It's still not an easy team to beat. I will never say that about the Chiefs as much as I would like to, but they're never ever going to be an easy opponent. And the Texans took care of them, and their defense dominated the Chiefs. They made the Chiefs' offense look honestly horrible. That was honestly probably one of the worst offensive performances I've ever seen out of the Chiefs. The Texans, their defense is legit, and I think they're definitely going to make the playoffs. They could potentially win the AFC South because the Colts, they lost Daniel Jones, unfortunately. And the Jags, they're technically ahead of the Texans by a game, but if the Texans win and the Jags lose, you never know. But for right now, they're sitting at number 8, and we'll see how they go from here. All right, and at number 7, I have the San Francisco 49ers. They had a bye week this week, so there's not going to be a lot of change for them. And also, it's also because, it was either the Packers are going to go down or the Bears are going to go down because they played each other. And actually, because the Bears lost, the 49ers have the 6th seed now. They had the 7th seed last week. Now they have the 6th seed. So, yeah, it's a pretty decent bye week. You can't complain about that. And the 49ers, they're injured. They've been injured all year. They still have some significant injuries on defense. But I got to say, Kyle Shanahan is doing one hell of a job to keep this team with the record that they have at 9-4. And if they were in, honestly, any other division, they would probably be winning. So, yeah, good for the 49ers. And so right now they sit at number 7, and we'll see how they progress from here. All right, at number 6, they're going up a little bit. I'm putting the Jacksonville Jaguars. They were at 8 last week, and they are at 6 now because they were able to beat the Colts. And I know it's, the Colts, and they lost Daniel Jones for the season. But, I still think that Jags would have won that game regardless if Daniel Jones got hurt. Daniel Jones getting hurt definitely helped. That sucks that it happened, but definitely helped the Jags' chances of winning. And, the reason I thought they were going to win that game, it's in Jacksonville. The Colts can't win in Jacksonville and all that. But you still got to give credit to the Jags. They took care of an opponent that they should have beaten considering the injury. And as of right now, they're the number 3 seed, and, they could potentially steal the 1 seed. I don't think they're going to, but they could, depending on how they do against, their remaining schedule. And if they can beat the Broncos, because they play them in 2 weeks, then it really gets interesting between them two. So, yeah, good for the Jags. They're doing a lot better than I thought they would. I thought they'd be decent, but I didn't think they'd be this good. And Liam Cohen, he's doing a hell of a job. Trevor Lawrence is playing a lot more consistent than he has for honestly most of his career. So it's good that the Jags are finally getting some consistency. I know the offense is still a little bit questionable, but it wasn't questionable this week. All right, and at number 5, they're making their way into the top 5. You got the Green Bay Packers. They go up one spot after beating the Chicago Bears, and they got a big victory against their division rival, and they're able to take back the NFC North for now. And we'll see how that goes, but I mean, yeah, it's good that they were able to beat their division rival, and it's always good to do that. And we'll see if they can. Actually, I think they're not the 1 seed, but they could steal the 1 seed from the Rams or the Seahawks, because it's the Rams have it now, and the Seahawks are technically the 5 seed, but they have a better record. So it's probably going to go to one of them, but we'll see what the Packers can do. You know, they're a dangerous team. They've got a really good defense. Jordan Love's playing really well right now because of Toyotathon. That's the whole thing. And yeah, the Packers, this is usually around the time when they turn it up and start, really getting their shit together. So it's good that they won, and they sit at number 5. All right, and sitting at number 4, I got the New England Patriots. They're dropping down just because of things that are honestly out of their control. I mean, they were at number 1 last week. They were winning and things were great, and I mean, things still are great. But, on their bye week, the Broncos won, which bumps them over the Patriots. The Rams won. The Seahawks won. And the Packers, I was honestly considering putting them too, but I feel like that'd be a little bit too much to drop the Patriots, just because, they've still won 10 in a row. They could very easily still get that 1 seed back from the Broncos if things go their way. We'll see how that happens. And yeah, this is, like I said, with the Jags and the Bears, honestly, this is probably one of the best seasons you could have asked for if you're a Patriots fan. I mean, it's back like Brady and Belichick days, And for the rest of the NFL, that kind of sucks. But if you're a Patriots fan, you got to be loving every second of this. And Drake May, he's a dog, and I think he's going to continue to be a dog for the rest of the season. And we'll see who can snag that 1 seed between the Pats and Broncos. Number 3, I have the Los Angeles Rams. I had them at 4 last week after losing to the Panthers, and they were able to rebound and then some against the Arizona Cardinals it was belt to ass the whole game. Well, not the whole game, but basically second quarter onward, they were killing the Cardinals, and that's a win you definitely want to see from a team like the Rams playing a team like the Cardinals. And the Cardinals, I will say, do like to make a lot of games close. So, the fact that they're able to blow them out is pretty good. And they took care of a team that they should have. And that's really all I can say here. No real takeaways here. I mean, they just took care of a bad team and they sit at number 3. All right, and at number 2, I got the Denver Broncos. They were at 3 last week after escaping against the Washington Commanders. And this week, it was a little easier as a Broncos fan. They were able to take care of the Raiders pretty handedly. And this is actually the first game all season where we did not surrender any kind of lead. We were trailing in every single game, except this game, as we finally were able to not be trailing in a game, which is such a weird stat, but that's just how the 2025 Denver Broncos have been. They've been a very weird team, but I mean, I don't care how weird they are. They're winning games. They've won 10 in a row. It's kind of like the Patriots. I mean, what more could you ask for if you're a Broncos fan? I mean, maybe we could beat opponents by a little more, but I'm not going to complain if we're winning games. That's exactly what we're doing. And we could clinch a playoff berth if we win, or we could even lose and maybe have other teams lose. But, it's looking good. We'll obviously be in the playoffs. Hopefully we get the 1 seed. We have a really big matchup between the Green Bay Packers this week, so we'll see about that. And if we can beat them, we'll clinch the playoff berth, and that'll be a huge victory. And at number 1, this might be a little controversial, but I actually have the Seattle Seahawks. I had them at 2 last week, and I mean, it's kind of weird because they're technically not even winning their division, But the reason I have the Seahawks is just because they've been more consistent, honestly, lately. I mean, the Rams have been great, but at the same time, they lost to the Panthers. But the Seahawks, I mean, the last game they lost, I believe, was ironically against the Rams. But that game, the thing about that game is Sam Darnold threw 4 interceptions in that game, and it was still a very close game. So that kind of just shows how good this team is. The fact that they were able to turn the ball over that many times and still have it be a close game, I mean, that's actually pretty phenomenal. And we'll see how the Seahawks do. I'm assuming they'll probably win next week because they play the Colts, and the Colts are they're in a dire straits right now considering what happened. But yeah, I have them at 1 because they've been playing more consistent football and they've been playing better against their opponents. Because, I mean, the Broncos have just been winning ugly. The Rams lost to the Panthers, so Seahawks are at 1. And there you have it. Here is my top 10. I guess some honorable mentions could be maybe the Los Angeles Chargers. I wanted to include them, but I feel like, with Justin Herbert being injured and their O-line being injured, I just couldn't put them on here. And they also didn't really dominate the Eagles like I would have liked them to, considering how bad the Eagles are playing right now. And let's see, who else could be an honorable mention? You got, I guess, maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers. They beat the Ravens. They were able to do that. But, I mean, I wasn't going to put them on here over these other teams. And, I mean, honestly, that might be it. Actually, no, the Lions, I could have put them on here. So I guess that's, 3 honorable mentions? Maybe the Panthers could be on here. I don't know. We'll see if they can make their way onto the list next week in my next Power Rankings video, but for now, that's all I got, and if you're still watching, I appreciate you for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow for my Week 15 NFL predictions. Peace out.